activity in the primary network. So that side speculation, which really has nothing to do with the activity on the blockchain, is very,
What's up,
very
guys? We're
important.
talking about token
It's an
systems
incredibly key
and
component of driving
speculation,
use of these
and this is from
decentralized
the
networks. Because
Astor
there
Ballroom
needs to be this
here at
liquid spot
Consensus
price for
Live.
anyone to be
So
able to kind of
we'll
identify
go dark
their
on the mic
incentives,
for a little
identify
while,
their
and
cost
then
base.
I'll chat
If
with
you
you
want
guys
to
in
build
the
the
chat
largest
box.
cloud computing cluster in the world, like Bitcoin, you need people to know how much money they should spend on hardware, right? And that comes from Bitcoin being at X price and me mining X Bitcoin per hour, and then I can get a well-defined kind of business going. And without that very clear incentive structure, or without the very clear pricing, those incentive structures are much less clear. So I actually think that the rampant speculation that we're seeing around early stage digital assets and the early stage tokens is actually extremely important, because it creates really well-defined and liquid prices so that these networks can launch and really gain momentum, because there's a clear price point for the digital assets which are powering these networks. So this kind of speculating early stage on these digital assets, this is what Polychain, my fund, is focused on doing. It's finding these digital assets which we believe may become the core incentive unit for future architecture, for the future architecture of the internet, and investing in a very early stage in that with the intention of holding it for a very long time. By doing this, we can actually support the price point and support the liquidity in the markets, which define the dollar value of these individual tokens or units of these networks. And by doing that, we help these networks get off the ground faster and actually basically get, become mainstream faster. It may sound sort of crazy now, but I really do think that the first one of these user-facing networks that takes off will take off very, very quickly. The first sort of Twitter coin that can actually incentivize you monetarily to gain followers, to get retweets, this is going to take off very, very quickly. And these design of these incentive structures are much more complicated than the design of the incentive structures in Bitcoin. But I do believe it is possible. And I think we're seeing a lot of really interesting experimentation and speculation at the fringe of this entire space right now. So with that, I think I like to call this this larger idea of tokenization around these decentralized internet protocols, the second business model of the internet. As you heard me say, this first business model, what was so successful about it was actually just the constant ability to extract value from these networks that have very powerful network effects between the users. Facebook being a case in point kind of example. I think the second business model of the internet is essentially a protocol designer coming up with a system which specifies these very clear incentives, keeping some percent of the network for themselves, much like they might keep a percentage of equity in their company for themselves, and then launching this decentralized protocol. And if they design the incentives correctly, watching it organically grow, because every user in the system is incentivized to use the system. And I think that this business, it's not exactly a business model, that this is going to be the second major megatrend which creates value on the internet, with the first one being this idea of owning the platform or network. The second one will be tokenization of the platform or network, and the value accruing to those token holders, which are the users and the shareholders all at once. So with that, my final statement here is that Polychain is hiring. And if you'd like to join us in investing in many of these early stage projects, please let me know and come up to me afterwards. Thank you all very much. In a bit. Hey.
Nice.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sure.
Speculation, man, can be crazy.
Yeah.
Could be crazy. We can always sit here and speculate, you know what I mean? So
I will email you. Yeah.
Not bad. You saw him up there trying to sell his trying to get some people to come over too. It was smooth. That was smooth.
So everyone, we'll begin shortly. The title of this panel is Beyond Bitcoin and Ether, the long tail of blockchain assets. So we've all heard a lot about Bitcoin and Ethereum over the last few days, but this panel will give us the chance to hear from a lot of other projects in the space, including Ripple, Golem, Cosmos, Augur, and Monero. So if everyone could just quickly go down the line and quickly describe your project, as well as the token inherent to it, and really what value that has in the network, that would be great. Starting with you, Miguel.
Sure. So good morning, everyone. My name is Miguel Villas. I'm head of XRP markets at Ripple. And XRP, the digital asset that's native to the Ripple consensus ledger, is primarily designed for cross-border payments. So the value is derived from usage of value transfer across borders.
Hi, everyone. I'm Julian Zawisowski. I'm CEO of Golem. Our goal is to create a peer-to-peer computing network where every computer does something different, not like the same mining hashing like in case of blockchain. And we use our token run on.
This is the panel that I wanted to see today.
Clearing transactions and
Got all the big boys up there.
yeah, that's it.
Hi, my name is Jake Kwan. Can you hear me? Okay, and I'm a founder of Cosmos. And Cosmos is an infrastructure layer for creating interoperable protocols so that many blockchains can be connected to each other. We're just solving some of the major problems in this space, starting with proof of stake to better decentralized exchanges. The Atom token is a staking token. And so the idea is you put it at stake in order to secure the system and participate in it, and participate in governance to upgrade the system over time.
So I'm Joey from Augur. Augur is a decentralized prediction market. So the idea is you can create financial derivatives on essentially anything on Ethereum. Rep is the token in it. So you can use Ether or pretty much anything else on Ethereum to actually place bets. But what Rep does is allows markets to be resolved. So the problem is, how do you get real world information into the blockchain and actually resolve these markets? And Rep is basically what does that. And in exchange for reporting, reporters get fees from the systems, and if they report dishonestly.
I love Golem and I love Augur.
I'm Ricardo Spani.
Check them out if you haven't seen them yet.
Recently, I've been introducing myself to people as the Elon Musk of cryptocurrencies. Not because I've done anything successful, but just because we were both born in South Africa. I work on a project called Monero. Monero is a pro-privacy cryptocurrency. It's Bitcoin-like, so we use proof of work and so on. It's not based on Bitcoin's code, which of course introduces its own challenges. And it has very strong privacy assumptions, so we mask not only the amount that is transacted, but also where the transaction is coming from and where it's going to.
So I guess let's continue with, obviously a lot of these assets native to these ledgers have increased really dramatically in price lately. If you could talk a bit about sort of the most recent really big traction points, or maybe some of what's driving that. Just what is kind of the biggest traction lately with XRP, GNT, Rep, Monero?
Sure. I mean, we were discussing this before the panel began. I think we'd all be a little remiss not to admit that the whole space is enjoying quite the moment, if you will, right? And I think part of that has to do with institutions globally, very reputable institutions, central banks, regular banks, other corporations really leaning in with respect to the technology, right? So that has, I think, legitimized the space in a way that wasn't quite there maybe in 16 and in 15. I think specific to XRP, this year has been a banner year for our efforts around embedding XRP in cross-border payments. And I think the most important things that we've done at Ripple is deal with some of the criticisms around XRP.
Boy, Ripple is up there talking.
The relative centralization, the holdings of our XRP, We've put
Do me a big
together
favor,
really
guys. Give
aggressive
this
plans
stream a big
to
thumbs
basically
up so we can
placate,
get it ranked
people's
in
concerns
the
around
live
that.
streams,
And
get some more people in there,
that
hopefully.
proactive, action,
You guys
I think,
can
has
post it
really
out on your
driven
social
interest
media. I think if you
back
like it,
into
post it out on your
digital
social
assets.
media. So we can
Julian,
help support the channel, help support content. Appreciate it.
Through what have you? Maybe it's on the development side, but please.
Well, I guess we are a young project, perhaps youngest of the projects here. So we crowdfunded Golem only 6 months ago, and we are in heavy development ever since. Of course, we even made it into crowdfunding with some kind of proof of concept, which we are like upgrading ever since. So, well, it runs on our testnet. It is by far not ready yet. Still, we hope to be able to present like a better release, because what we have now is called alpha, and I believe we'll be able to present better release quite soon. Like with every like bleeding technology project, like committing to specific dates is extremely dangerous, and for sure it is better later and safer than too soon and not necessarily safe. So we will for sure take our time to be ready. But I also think like this is probably common for the whole space, but we try to keep our progress as open as possible with the number of updates, with the GitHub where you can see everything what is going on, and a lot is going on really. So yeah, I believe that's what our community like us for.
I guess for some context,
What's up, guys?
Cosmos really recently had a crowd
Thomas
sale.
Munoz, what's going on, man?
Yet, but you guys recently raised
Appreciate it,
$17
dude.
extremely
Appreciate it.
quickly.
Appreciate it.
Maybe describe, you think, why so many people were so interested in the Cosmos
Arish
project.
Bhatti, nice. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for
We've
coming
been
through.
building this consensus algorithm called Tendermint since 2013, and
Seems to be a pretty good panel
it's
right
all
now.
about the right timing and making sure that you have the right technology.
Got Ripple,
and,
Cosmos,
the right solutions.
Golem,
And
Augur,
It's hard to build these,
Monero is up there.
technological
Everybody's up on
innovations
this stage
that
right
make them
now. It's
secure.
amazing.
But we've been doing it for a while, and we understand Byzantine fault-tolerant consensus better than most people out there, and most groups out there. So it's just the right time.
I don't know
think the
where to
incentives
put it.
around
Can
how we
you,
did the fundraising
if you don't mind,
was
could you
very
link
important.
it and put it on Reddit for me?
We did it in such a way
I mean, that would be a great
that,
help.
The distribution will be fair in some sense.
I don't see
So it's
Dash
part
on
of
there.
What makes Atom what it is. And this is really important for something like Cosmos, where the token is meant to be a staking token that secures the network. And it's important that there isn't any single major holder of the token, because otherwise it wouldn't be secure. So the right incentives, the right time, legitimization, and even through the blockchain, enterprise blockchain space, I think people are seeing that things are happening.
Thank you so
now.
much, man. I
There's a lot
really,
of
really
fantastic,
appreciate it. Hopefully it
technology
helps
in
and
the
get some
pipeline,
people over
so-
here.
And Joey, I think Augur was one of the very first
I think I
Ethereum
have my
dApps that I had
Golem.
really heard of. You guys have made a lot of progress towards going live. Perhaps you could speak to kind of the updates and sort of how you've done over the last year or so since you started.
Yeah, basically over the last year, we've just been iterating. So currently, we just started security audits on like the trading part of the system. And then in a few weeks, I'll start on the reporting part of the system as well. And then the idea is to go live later this year with like a bug bounty market, and then basically take things from there. As far as why prices are higher in the space, I don't think anybody really knows the actual answer behind that. I would say a lot of it is sentiment trading, momentum trading. People are buying because the prices are going up. As far as why like something like Rep or Augur should have value, well, basically the idea is that if you have a lot of derivatives trading on this platform, Rep should be worth something, because it has to be worth more than the underlying value of the assets on it. Otherwise, the system's not secure. And you kind of see similar things for things like Ether. Kind of also has this invariant. If the miners can make more money by basically screwing you over, that's a bad thing.
And Ricardo, I guess Monero has been out for quite some time, more than some of these projects. What have you really seen lately? Rising transaction numbers. What's kind of the biggest transaction or sort of metric of growth that you look at?
Yeah, a combination of an increase in the number of transactions, which is good because it does to some degree indicate usage. as a pro-privacy project, it's one of those things Monero is used for things that are good and things that are nefarious. And on the nefarious side, we've seen a massive increase in the number of people buying and selling drugs with Monero. That's what it is.
This guy's a
tax
kingpin,
evasion,
man. He's a
stuff like that.
kingpin.
I can't stop them.
See, he's like, I can't stop him. He's a
when the
badass.
Venezuelan economy collapsed, then the Monero
Tezos
went through the roof
ICO
because
is
it was on
actually
Monero.
going
But I
to
think
be
to a
pushed
large
back
degree, it's
to
just
sometime in
rational
June.
exuberance.
I'll show
People
you
are
guys
pumping
the
scams.
email that I got
There's
later
a
on in the new
cryptocurrency. I mean,
video.
the best example of this is a cryptocurrency that's just into the
But
top 10.
Tezos right now was supposed to start on
And,
the 22nd.
we
They're pushed
exposed
back.
details of an exploit
They said
where someone
they're
had
telling
created
everybody
nearly 1
June,
billion
but
tokens.
my email says sometime
it's still
in
pumping.
June. So
That makes no sense whatsoever. So there's a large amount of irrational exuberance. Traders have got no technical knowledge. And by technical knowledge, I mean the ability to evaluate whether a project has technical proficiency behind it, whether it's even feasible. And they're more interested in the TA and in whether they can exit at some point that's higher than where they bought in. And then of course you've got your classic scammers that are just sort of pumping the
Classic
market to make them
scammers.
dump. And that's kind of why I see prices pumping, at least from Monero's perspective. Some of it's usage, obviously, but there's also just a bunch of rational exuberance.
I guess slightly taking away from just the price rise to just the number of different assets and coins available right now. I mean, if you go on CoinMarketCap, there's probably, 50 plus that are now over $100 million. Sort of an open question. How do you guys see this evolving? Seemingly, maybe there shouldn't be 50 tokens trying to do the exact same thing. Maybe this will diverge into a few, but please speak about just the number of tokens and how you see this going forward.
It's crazy.
Yeah, right. So
That's what I wanna know, too.
You mentioned, Alex, utility use case, right? One of the things at Ripple we're incredibly focused on with respect to XRP is a very clear use case. Payments, right? And our goal is for
It's your
XRP
boy,
to be the
Ripple.
sort of institutional standard for digital value transfer globally, right? But to your point, every day you wake up, there's a new coin that does the same thing that somebody else is doing, right? And while I absolutely love the incredible amount of innovation and risk-taking and really just guts in the
Nice.
space,
Let's see if we can get some
you
more
have to
people in here,
recognize
guys.
that most of these things will not
Give a
be
thumbs
working
up on
what
the
they work in
stream.
future. And that there will be sort
Tweet
of
it
a
out,
culling,
throw
if
it
you
on
will, of the
Reddit.
herd, and that the strong will survive. I mean, there's just no way around
appreciate
it.
you guys coming through.
I believe that something like 2000 will happen to crypto space as well, at least to those tokens. What bothers me at the moment is if markets have intellectual power, as you said, to eliminate projects, tokens that do not have any perspective, intrinsic value. And from the point of what we can see now with ICOs, with crowdfunding, probably they're not. They are not able to do that. But,
No, they can't do that, and I don't
sooner
think
or
they ever
later,
will be
I
able
think
to.
The market will clear. But then, I think if we are talking about numbers only, even on numbers of tokens supposedly doing the same thing, it is right, it is competition. This will make
Yeah, if you're looking
whole
for
space
Tezos,
better.
man, Tezos is going to be backed
So
out.
I don't think that the
for
number is
sometime
a problem.
in
The problem
June.
is if
We'll hear about when what they're going to do. I'm pretty sure they'll let us know June 1st. Give us another update.
And probably not just yet.
That's one that I'm
Unless you
going to
guys
invest
want
in
to
as
add
well,
anything,
but
I guess I'd add something more targeted. For example,
kind of sad that they
Ricardo,
pushed it back.
like, let's take privacy-based coins, for example. I mean, there's Zcash, Dash, Monero, several. Do you see a future where kind of one ends up winning out, or how do you see that, I guess, just playing forward?
Yeah, look, I mean, it's always good to have alternatives, and at least to provide users with the ability to switch to something else if that project appears to be dead or not working or whatever. Privacy is a very specific thing because you want to get lost amongst the user base. And so if it's a cryptocurrency where only 100 people are using the privacy enhancing bit, then it's pointless. Don't even bother because you're going to be easily identifiable. And so I think what we will see is we'll see one cryptocurrency.
Putting money in
that is
Tezos,
for a
you know, it's an
privacy
ICO, man. There is no
as the
guarantee.
one that people are
Now, they
comfortable
did
getting
say
lost
that
in.
they will be
And then there'll
waiting.
be a couple of other
It'll be about
projects
2 to
that
4
will,
months
over
before
time,
the
rear
actual
their head. You know, there'll be new inventions,
coin
new
hits
creations.
exchanges, and
There's
when
really
they will be
interesting
giving
stuff being done
your tokens
on, like,
to the
Scriptless
contributors.
Scripts and Mumble.
So,
And, maybe
like I
they
said,
will- when
it's
they're
almost the
released,
same
maybe they
exact thing as
consolidate
Ethereum
everything
when
and
Ethereum came
everyone
out 2 years
moves in.
ago.
That's great.
It
Because
was
what we really want
speculative.
is just
You know,
a
Ethereum didn't do too
tool
well
that
when it
users
first
can
came
use
out.
that enhances
It had a
their
lot of
privacy to
dips.
the
It's
best
had a lot of bad
possible
times. So,
while
I mean,
still providing
ultimately,
ease
it's
of
up to
use.
you. And it's an
I guess
ICO, so you're
since,
not really
you know,
guaranteed
we're talking
anything,
about
which is
assets here and sort of the
why
market
ICOs
cap,
are kind of scary.
how
But they
would
can
a
pay off really
prospective
well. They
person
could.
looking at coin market cap even go into like evaluating proper valuation on their own? I mean, in the equity space, you do something like, you know, forecast out profits and discount them back. I would think it's kind of different per system. For
I wanna hear
example,
Golem
Augur,
talk about
you know, the oracles get a percentage of all the
what it plans to
transaction
do
fees on the
to
overall market. That's kind of
put itself more out
straightforward. If any of you could
now
speak
that
to
Ethereum
just
is
in
doing
general,
well.
I mean, what is the appropriate way to look at these valuations and really see, is something overvalued, undervalued? Is there any sort of framework we can use here? Or is this brand new territory?
Thanks to everybody that's come
Clearly
out
brand new territory in some respects,
and
right? I mean, when
supported
when
the
I look
stream. I
at,
really appreciate it.
So last night, I don't know if any of you were at the Coin Center dinner, but went to Cesaris was talking about $2 million Bitcoin one day, right? And the idea of a meta currency. So I think with respect to, again, XRP, because it is really meant to be sort of a digital transfer asset, I do think of it in terms of float of currencies globally. And there's sort of, I think that's where the upside
I think it's the French guy.
sort of lives. The idea
Could be
that
wrong, but
at
I
one
think this the
point,
guy next
some
to
of
him
these digital assets, whichever one it
is
may be, could
with
sort
Golem.
of compete on a global level with respect to
I think it goes
currencies, which
Ripple,
are thinking about the
Golem,
trillions of dollars that currencies sort of
the Asian
exist
guy
in.
is Cosmos,
The
and
upside
then
is
I think
actually
it
pretty
goes
significant. I think it's a little bit
Augur,
more challenging,
and
right, with some of
then
the other
Monero,
projects because they are getting very, 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 very specific. And I think to your point, it gets hard
He's
to
Ripple.
figure out sort of where value lies.
I think to a large degree, sorry, Jake.
Oh, no problem, man.
I think to a large degree, it's really difficult for external people, people that aren't heavily involved in the
He's
space
Monero.
to even begin to evaluate it, because there are scammers who don't realize they're scammers yet. And you know, and they launch a project. And they launch a project or a token or whatever it is, and sometimes the reason is because if they actually had to go pitch their idea to VC, they'd get like booted out the door. They wouldn't even get in the door. And then an external person comes along and they're like, oh, I want to invest in this. What is this? And they read the
Fluffy
white
Pony,
paper, which is normally just
blockchain group, what's going on, man?
And they're like, oh, that makes total sense. Here's my money. And they have no idea how to evaluate it beyond that.
This guy's
There's
a
no due
badass,
diligence,
man.
So there's no way for them to do due diligence. And I think that we're in the middle of like this rise up to a massive, massive implosion.
So I think there are two types of tokens. Maybe there's more, but two major
What's going
ones.
on?
There's the
Glad to have you on the
reputational
stream.
tokens
Appreciate
that
it.
you can lose if you do something wrong. And then there are others that are meant to function as currencies.
He's Cosmos.
And with that group, the currency group, I think what we're seeing is a redefining of what money is. So money used to be something that government controlled by fiat. You know, monetarism is only a few decades old, right? But what's happening now, I think, is a tokenization of tribes. So I think what will happen is every token and the people who support it will have their own flavor of what they stand for and what their purpose is. So I believe that we'll see many of these, you know, starting with today, it's mostly about technology and what you believe is the right tech, you know, whether it's about privacy or smart contracts. But in the future, I see more regional and local cryptocurrencies as well, and other flavors too.
I think this is very important what you said about technology. I think this is like, everything here is technology-driven process. If it's real, this is a technology-driven process. And this is very hard to evaluate. Even for people within the space, it is difficult, and from the outsider, it is almost impossible, I think. So this is the answer.
I think you can weed out tokens. It's much easier to weed out tokens than evaluate prices of ones you want to buy. So if you look at tokens, I think there's like two main categories as well, but I view them as there's rent-seeking tokens. So these are tokens that you could remove and the system would work just fine. And there's tokens that aren't rent-seeking. And the kind of idea behind blockchain technology is decentralizing things to get more efficiency and less trust. And so if you're adding like basically a third party that's seeking rent to some process, then that's probably not something you should be bullish on, especially at least in this space. So that's a good way to weed out like 90% of tokens. Then when you're down to the 10% that are actually like somewhat useful.
Yo, what's up,
it's
Dunker?
harder to value.
Hell yeah, man, you're right. Ethereum is going to the moon, man.
Obviously, a lot of these assets right now
He's
have
high in
gone
no
through
English.
ICOs to get where they are today.
What's going
I'd
on,
like to dive
Crypto
into this,
Advisor?
going off of what you said, Ricardo, of the fact that you don't think many of these ICOs could have raised the same amount from venture capital.
Who is here?
I
We
guess,
have
yeah,
Ripple.
let's speak to that. I mean, could
Golem.
a lot of these projects have raised traditional venture capital, or were they, able to
Cosmos.
reach their cap solely because they were able to tap into this larger
Augur
audience?
and
Just,
Monero
how do you
are up
feel
on
about
stage
the
right
general
now.
climate of ICOs? It's pretty crazy, and a lot of these are selling out quickly. But I would love to hear any of you expand on sort of this VC versus ICO.
Ethereum
divide,
is
just
going
the
to the moon,
general
man.
trend around these
And everybody
massive
that's
ICOs
working on the
raising
Ethereum blockchain, like Golem, Augur,
I think
there's a
Ricardo
lot
has to
more,
go
man.
first here. I don't
that
think
are
we
gonna
have
be
a choice,
coming
do
in.
we?
Yeah, like
They're
some
all
of these
gonna ride
valuations,
straight to the
ICO
moon with
valuations
it.
are crazy. I cannot imagine like anyone going to a VC and saying, so we think our company is worth $150 million. We've got a white paper.
I guess to put it into
your seed
perspective, a normal startup seed round probably goes for a valuation of about $5 million. A Series A maybe at 15 or so.
Yeah, and some of these valuations are crazy. I mean, some of them like, when we start getting into the
I was
triple
actually
digits
thinking
on, like,
somewhat along the
$100
same
million
lines
dollars,
of why
like,
Coinbase
there's
has
no way
been
that
going
is
down
feasible,
lately.
especially
And I
when
think
the
it
vast
has
majority of
something to
them
do
don't even have
with
a single line of code written.
Ethereum
and
and
again, the people that are
trying
investing
to
because it's
advert people from
permissionless
buying it.
innovation or permissionless scamovation. The people that are investing, they don't have a way
Low
to
market
evaluate
cap
it. They don't have
currencies, look at
like, a due diligence
Sia
officer
Coin,
that's gone and said, well, you know,
Stellar
this
Lumen,
project's feasible, the people behind it, this is their track
Golem
record,
is-
this
no,
what they've done. You've
Golem,
got largely
yeah,
a group
Golem.
of the equivalent of 16-year-olds.
There are quite a
that
few.
are
I'll
launching
actually do a video on
companies
that after
and
this
then
and look
go
at
raise
some.
these massive valuations.
There's plenty of them though,
And
plenty.
even if they are able to deliver, are they able to deliver a project that is going to last longer than, when they've burned through all the money that they've
King's Life,
And
what's
I
going
think
on?
That's something.
I think he was saying that Coinbase
I
is a
mean,
scam.
So
I don't-
and I can really brag about.
I've never
Ripple
really
because I've only
had
been
too
here
many
6
problems with
months, so
Coinbase.
I'm gonna
I
really
mean,
brag about Ripple.
some of the problems I've had with
So we have
Coinbase is
160
obviously the
employees.
long Bitcoin
We're
wait
4
times.
years in. We have 75
but
bank
again, that's
customers. We have
Bitcoin,
a
you know,
60
but,
bank consortium in Japan.
It's just a little scary when you have
we are
one
deeply
exchange
involved
in
with one
control
the
of all
most
your
successful
assets. That's
digital
why I never
assets in
keep
the
all my
history of
stuff
the world.
in Coinbase at all.
And the
I just don't
valuation of
trust
some
a
of those
third party
ICOs
to
come
have my
close to
stuff.
our valuation sometimes, and I'm just like, this is insane, right? I mean, there is no traction. There is no. A lot of it is, as Ricardo's saying, is just vaporware, and you're like, oh my God. So, I think we can all agree that things are a little bit unhinged. What will happen is probably what happens.
Oh, yeah.
In
Yeah, I
VC
mean,
in
they're
VC
trending
VC
big time on
world
Ethereum.
anyway,
Ethereum is
that
blowing up, man.
95% of these won't work. Because that's
It
what
going
happens
down,
for
I think
VCs
some
across the
fishy's
planet,
going
right?
on
So
with it.
I think regardless of whether or not we agree valuations are
Blockchain
good or
Group
bad,
says
you can expect that
Steam,
most of
very
these will
undervalued,
not
will hit
be
$5 this year. I actually think the same
Yes, if we
thing.
could dive into XRP and Ripple for 1 second, I think it's interesting.
My Steam
So
It guru
Ripple Labs
or
itself is a company with
My
a valuation
ambassador,
of
I would say, is
XRP
Craig
an
Grant.
optional
If you don't know who
asset.
Craig Grant is, go
How-
check
I mean,
him
how do you
out.
view the two, and,
He knows a lot
sort
about
of,
Steam.
who's really buying XRP
Give me 1 second.
for XRP? Is
Take
it
this phone
supposed to
call.
be this internal sort of native bridge asset, or how do you compare the two valuations even there?
Sure. Well, I mean, I think so. The company Ripple and XRP are sort of very separate things, right?
Absolutely.
And the company does happen to own a significant amount of XRP, right? And I think when the creators of the ledger created the ledger and the asset, they donated a chunk of XRP to the company and said, okay, your job is going to be the steward of the ledger and the asset, right? And I think over the last 4 years, we have gotten a ton of criticism for having all this XRP, even though now it seems like this is what everyone seems to do, is hold back some of their tokens so that they can fund their project. But when we did it, it was not kosher, right? Over the last 4 years, we have built probably the best C++ team in the world. Some of them are in the audience, who basically maintain this ledger 24/7. We have taken the money, poured it back into the tech. You don't come to our offices and find
The hell? What happened to the freaking thing? Yeah, I was on the phone. Somebody gave me a call. Yeah, Golem is going up, man. Golem is going up big time. Gotta scroll up. See, I didn't see messages. What is going on? What was that all about? See.
All these, all the 100 layers to make these, the utility of these blockchain technologies come to realization. And it's going to take a lot of money.
That other stream, they just completely cut it off.
Effervescence.
Shit was getting good.
Markets is a critical component, and the risk, the beta, is part of the.
Let's see. Yeah, I was on the phone real quick. Golem is going up, man. Guys, do not sleep on Golem. That's all I'm going to tell you. Don't sleep on Golem. Don't look at Ripple and say, "Oh, Ripple shot up there." Wait, Golem is going to be a slow grower. It's going to constantly go up, just kind of like Monero. Monero is doing really good. If you go look at the chart for Monero, you'll just see them going up, up, just like an escalator. It's just going to keep going up.
To kind of burnish these new rails and these new identity models and everything else, and it cost whatever. And I put that price tag on this table. Nobody would.
Damn, somebody bought 1.4 million Ethereum in 2014.
Some trial and error.
That's
It's gonna take
insane.
some wins and losses, but this is, on the scale of internet or other technology themes, this is the best opportunity I've certainly seen in my career.
And I take like E-Trade in mid-90s. You take the ability and you give everyone.
Dude, Steam is gonna blow up, man. I wish I would have bought into Steam before it was at $1. Shit, kicking my own ass now, but
you have an emergence of an exciting technology like internet.
the only way I get Steam right now is I earn it and I just buy it with the currency that I get from Steam it. So, but I haven't put any physical money into it to try to actually buy any extra yet.
How AngelList was able to crowdsource and really bring a lot more capital in a new structured way, and this whole crowdsourcing movement has been fantastic.
It's what's up, Charlie?
In a much more international way. It's not just accredited.
It's gonna be. It's iffy, man. I mean, it's iffy. The technology is great, but how it can be implemented is a completely another question. I think that we're not gonna really see. I think I don't think they're necessarily overvalued. I think that. Well, I guess that'd be. I don't know. I think.
And maybe certain ones will take down the ecosystem.
I don't think they've gotten there yet.
But I think in general.
So I guess that would mean that they were overvalued. So yeah.
A lot of new participants that have never been able
a little bit.
to work in this ecosystem.
They just have to get their stride going. It's kind of like Ether. When Ether first came out, everybody said, man, they're too ambitious. It's not going to work. It just takes time. There's no ICO or anybody that's going to come out and just be great right away. Not many of them. Not many. Unless you're like Gnosis.
That's where I think some losses are coming into the market and some negativity.
I'd say, the definition of bubble includes leverage. And there's no leverage in this market.
Oh, LTC has a chance, man. I believe so. I think it does. It went up a little bit today. I don't know why it's the only altcoin that's been kind of stuck sideways for a while. But you got to remember, before Coinbase adopted Litecoin, where was it sitting at? It was sitting at like $3.50, $4. And as soon as Coinbase adopted it, boom, look at what it's sitting at now. So
what can go wrong?
It's doing fine. Even if you buy it at $25, it's doing fine. Buy some, store it. It's going to go up in value. Why it hasn't gone up as much as like Bitcoin and Ethereum, I don't know. That's the kind of weird thing that's about it. But like I said, it came from $3.50, $4. So it's still going to go up.
It was just a flawed idea. We have scar tissue from trying to do something in the space. And then I see a white paper for an equivalent company coming out in the ICO, raises money in minutes, huge fanfare, and I'm just shocked.
Oh yeah,
this is a
definitely invest in a couple thousand Golem if you can.
This over and over, and it's destined to be.
That's kind of what I'm going to be doing next. Is I'm going to put,
they are not
I would like a minimum at least 3,000 Golem sitting there before it just while it creeps. I'm just gonna buy it as it creeps, man, and reap the rewards later.
So the more I think even like the Smith and Crowns and some of these other groups that come out and start adding some more professionalism to research and start
What's the link for?
highlighting, best practices on how you do these ICOs. I think as we get a little more structure and maturity to this, hopefully we ferret out a lot of the more scammy, flaky, hollow companies that are emerging.
It will also be interesting to see, I think now is the time, or this year is the year,
Excuse me.
corporations have to prove themselves. Many of them engaged
You were,
in POCs.
Dunker says I was reluctant on Ethereum 3
And now,
times when it was
right,
$8,
the key
14, and
measure these large
50.
institutions want to see was blockchain really effective.
But I soon adopted it at 110.
Business
And that's how it is, man.
opportunity is no.
2 years ago, I missed out on the biggest opportunity ever.
In terms of overall excitement and adoption.
When Ethereum came out with their ICO, I said, man, this looks promising. At the time, Bitcoin was $600. I said, you know what? For $600, you can get 2,000 tokens, and I was gonna do that. And I didn't do it, man. And my wife would not let me. She was like, hell no, it could be, it could be a scam, or they may not succeed. And that's what happened. And I could just still be sitting on those tokens right now. I started buying some when they were like around $8 myself. That's how I got most of my Ethereum. I started buying then, $8 and $10.
Give us 2 minutes. It's not going
But look at it now, man. Like if I would have got and just held on to those 2,000 tokens, I'd be sitting at over $200,000+ right now, just with 2,000 tokens. That's insane, absolutely insane. So these, I believe you got to get in with these.
After they announce at something this evening.
You got to get in with these ICOs, but you have to look at what they're doing, what they're providing, because I mean, there's a lot of them that are coming out they're out every month. I mean, there's so many ICOs, I don't have enough investment to put into all of them. You know what I mean? But a lot of people need to realize that ICOs are not, they're not all turnkey. A lot of them, to see their full potential, it takes a while. Look how long Ethereum took, 2 years to actually become successful. Now they have everybody wanting to get on board. If you just saw yesterday's consensus, they signed 86 more companies to the EEA. Some of those names were like Samsung. So, I mean, they see the potential in the blockchain. They see the Ethereum's potential now, where a lot of people didn't before. I mean, shit. It was down to like I think $10 in November last year, Ethereum, before it just shot up, this year. So I mean, you never really know. If you're gonna go with something, go in it. Go with it and believe in it. If you're just going into it with the mindset, can I flip my money? You probably should stay away from ICOs. Find something that you believe in, and if you believe in it, then it's more than likely going to succeed. He says, Jola, I bought Ethereum at 60 cents in August 2015. Was a blessing. STEEM is probably the only other project that has caught my interest as much as Ethereum. Bitcoin, Ethereum, STEEM, BTS, XMR, LTC, big upside, solid tech. True, very true. I believe that. $50,000, and you see, and yeah, and some people would have called you crazy. I would have done it if I would have had that much money. A lot of the people don't have that much money to honestly invest. Some people just have hundreds of bucks. Some people work an honest 9-to-5 job and they don't have that much. You got to be careful. Toyota joined, Dunker, let's see, Joey Shag. Oh, okay. Steemit.com. You posted your car in Steemit? That's going to be funny. Oh, they're back on. I didn't even know they were talking.
A traditional company that is announcing a token to go into their.
Oh yeah, I mean, see,
and they already have millions of customers.
Like for me,
we're going to see more of that.
Like I'm gonna go sell one of my motorcycles just so I can take, like that 10K or something and put it back into crypto. But a lot of people, like I said, don't have that kind of investment. They're just putting in a couple $100 every so often. I would always say just start off with like a small plan.
Excellent.
Get into something that has a small micro cap or that's low on a totem pole, like a Ripple. Not now, but when it was like really, really cheap, like 10 to the penny. Golem, Sia Coin, things that have some promise. Stellar Lumen, and that you can get more volume of, and that you can kind of have it sit. Like for me, I'm still mining Sia Coin as we speak right now on the same rig, so I'm mining Sia Coin.
Makes sense in terms of blockchain technology underlying their business model. What would be your strategy or advice to those companies to start acquiring customers?
They're really, really quiet.
Explaining how it works, or
That dude needs to use his big boy voice.
Or offering some freemium models, like please use our product as a pilot or something like that. So what kind of value proposition would they have for that initial customer base acquisition? What would be the strategy? Thank you.
Well, for one, always get a paid pilot. And
1948, that's not bad.
Engage with them early.
I have a Sportster 48, Harley.
And then see if your platform.
If you go check out my Steam it, you'll see it. I made a post on it. I made a video on it.
Yeah, and enterprise customers
pretty dope bike. I love my Sportster 48.
Of UTech. We saw that with the internet, where they didn't jump on the internet. They built intranets and then extranets, and then kind of went full circle. Seeing the same flight path with blockchain with enterprise, where the first use case is.
It is hard, man, because it's hard because there's so many different options, man. There's so many different options, so many different things to get into.
And the utility play out.
And that's what happens when the market gets flooded. They start to see success, and everybody comes. So now you got to choose who's shit and who's not. And
police for 20 years, kind of hard to do.
It's kind of hard to judge at. Again, that's where you just have to kind of go, read the white papers, read the project. Stay away. I would stay away from anything that says proof of concept.
And a brand that won't last forever.
Or even if it is proof of concept, just make sure that they actually have some sensible people on there.
Blockchain startups trying to.
I mean, a lot of these guys, man, they're seeing ICOs as just
I think blockchain
big buckets of money coming in, and
you and your two co-founders,
when people go out there, all they have to do is kind of just sell you on a project, and they have some of these people have no intention of actually
enjoy that,
bringing it to market, man. That's the sad thing about the ICOs. They could raise, somebody can raise like $100 million, and then say, 6 months from the ICO, they say, well, you know what, we can't continue. We don't have enough funds, or whatever it is, whatever excuse they want to come up with. So you got to be careful. They can just run off with your money, because an ICO is not an investment. It's basically a donation. Give me a second. All right, let me see if I can find any more that are live, going to be live here. I think they might be all be done today. That was my wife calling me. Man, like I said, yeah, man, my wife did the same thing, dude. My wife did the same thing. Always tells me, no, don't get in that crypto. Don't get in that crypto. Well, if you guys want, we can look at some of the the market right now. See what's going on. Check it out. Go ahead and refresh this real quick. Work 9 to 5, live the dream. Yo, what's up, New Earth Administration? Busy relaxing. Dunker making that overnight money. I can kind of say that I'm making that a little bit of overnight money with BitConnect. But I don't want to talk about BitConnect too much because over on Steam, they're very, very touchy about that thing. So I'll just leave that as that. But damn, look at Bitcoin, dude. That's crazy. $2,296, man. That's sick. It's insane. Now when Bitcoin rises like $200 and drops $200, like when it drops $200, nobody even cares anymore. They're just like, that's normal. Like, oh, it just rose $20. That's only normal. That's normal. Let me adjust this so you guys can kind of see. Oh, you can kind of see it. Insane. I was looking at Humanic. I don't know, man. I don't know. You really think Humanic is that big of a deal? They have a really good business plan. I just don't know, man. Can you only buy it from Bittrex right now? Where's it at? Are they even... I could have swore I saw it yesterday. Did I pass it up? Where are they sitting right now on the chain? Another dead one is a red coin. That one's dead. I knew that one's going to be dead too. Where the hell is Humanic? Oh yeah, they're banging their heads, man. That's what I'm saying, dude. And as soon as that happened, everybody was I don't see Humanic. Are they? They're not even close to top 30 yet, huh? Not yet. They just kind of started out. So, but I thought I saw it up here. 71. Let me check that out. 71 Humanic. Damn, they're rising pretty fast. Where are the markets for it right now? Bittrex? I got a cough. Give me a second. Bittrex. I have a Bittrex. I might buy some, honestly. Who has a good wallet for them? You know who has a good wallet? Because I'm looking for another one that I'm. This is gonna rise. I can see Humanic hitting $1 by the end of the year. It could very well possibly hit $1. I mean, the damn thing started at freaking like 7 cents, so I can definitely see this thing hitting $1. It's hard to say. What's up, James Solent? It's hard to say, man, which one is more than likely best one. There's a few of them right now, I believe. He did? I would like to have seen that. Trezor? Yeah, see, but Steam, still, I would say Steam is probably your best bet. Golem is good. There's a few, man. There's a few. I'm still waiting to see what I held off on Stellar Lumen because they've been sideways for a while. They've just kind of been stagnant. And I don't know how that's gonna go with them. Oh yeah, definitely hold them. And see, and that's what I'm saying. Like that's a good rule of thumb. And if you guys notice, I'm different from a lot of the other people that you might see on YouTube as far as when it comes to crypto. I don't like to do a lot of trading. I'm not a day trader. I don't do anything like that. Like just simply because it's too stressful, and I don't have the patience, the time. I like to buy things that I believe in. I like to hold it, and I think. Can you trade for Humanic right now on like Shapeshift? If that's a possibility, then I'm gonna look right now. See if you can do that on Shapeshift. I'm gonna reset this to see if reset this this boundary. Let's see if I can reset this. Get it back to a little normal for you guys to kind of see the whole page. Boom. There we go. Is there another wallet? I'm trying to check on Shapeshift right now to see if Humanic is on. I think it's on there. I thought I saw it. You got to be careful with Shapeshift. Sometimes things are on there. Like Sia Coin was on there not long ago, and I was literally in the middle of trying to make a trade, and it wasn't working. And I was like, "Why is this shit not working?" And then I realized they took it off, literally as I was doing it. They must have ran out. So periodically that will happen. I don't see Humanic on Shapeshift. So damn, that sucks. More money is holding. Warren Buffett was a value investor. I would, yeah, definitely. You have to buy undervalued stocks, man. I mean, they have no other option but to either go up or just go to crap. Give me 1 second. I gotta go grab this food outside. Yeah, give me a brief second, guys. My wife is trying to bring me some Chick-fil-A. So she's about to come drop it off real quick outside. Like I said, I have the flu, so I haven't been doing shit today. But give me a quick second. She should be here in the next minute. And then I'll scroll up and read some of the comments real quick, and we'll get back to work. Give me a second. Booyaka, booyaka. Look at that, look at that, look at that. What? Chicken. Hold on. Get my drink. Booyaka. Back, baby. All right, I'm back. I had to get my nuggets. My wife is so nice. She went and bought me some chicken noodle soup from Chick-fil-A and some nuggets. I went out there and I was like, "Where's the drink? Where's the fries?" She was like, "Can't eat that." I'm like, whatever. She's so nice. All right, let's get caught up on these comments real quick. That's another thing too. Dunker says that he never uses his real life expenses or his coins for his real life expenses. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. Yeah, and if you believe in something, you should be willing to buy it. I mean, I always say, don't invest anything that you're not willing to lose. You know what I mean? Don't gamble anything. Like when you walk into a casino, when I go to a casino, I never walk in there with anything more than like $200 or $300 because that's all I'm willing to lose. That's on the border point of me being sad if I lose my money. And if I do lose my money, I'm sad. So when I go in there with like $200 or $300 and I get lucky and I win like $300 or $200, I don't even want to play anymore. I'm like, I'm up. I just won. I'm good to go. I don't want to win it. I don't want to gamble anymore because I don't want to lose. Nobody wants to lose, and there's no investment out there that anybody could give you, that anybody can tell you is with a 100% guarantee. You know what I mean? There's no guarantee with any of this. There's no guarantee. Just like there's no guarantee that you're gonna hit the lottery or win the lottery. All you got to do, you got to pay to play though. Can't win if you don't play. You can't play if you don't pay. So, you know, it's a big gamble, man. Yeah, Chick-fil-A is crazy, man. It's crazy like that out here too. There are plenty of cryptos, man, that you can find that are a good thing. Can I send you some chicken? Crypto advisor, I would send you some chicken in a heartbeat, man. It's okay. Actually, I like the meat. When I was in Germany, I liked the food better than here in America. Like when I was in Germany and I first went to McDonald's off base because I was military. It tasted so different, but it tasted good. And I got so used to it that when I came back here, it was like the USA doesn't use real meat at McDonald's. It's kind of strange. Or Burger King or any of that. It's weird. Oh yeah. I'm gonna look into them today. I just need to know. Oh, that's what I was asking earlier. I didn't get to see. I didn't scroll up to see. Oh yeah, I'm using a buffalo sauce. What is there? Is there another wallet that you can use besides Ledger right now for Humanic? Like if I wanted to, besides holding it in Bittrex. Right now, the price evaluation for it right now at $15. I'm sorry, $15. 15 cents. Sorry, it's not bad. And it's a. I mean, I can honestly see a company like that being successful and being able to trade at over $15 someday. Also, is it its own blockchain or does it run on like Ethereum? I have to check it out. Let me check it out now. I'm asking you all these questions. So I can go find it right now. So it's an Ether wallet. BitShares I have been keeping an eye on. BitShares is definitely one of those other ones that is looking to pop. I wonder if Humanic will be available on Exodus Wallet. Oh, they have an app. No, they don't have an app yet. Do they have an app that's already? It's on Ethereum. Okay, so right then and there, that's already telling me right then and there that it's definitely going to be successful. Everybody's going into Ether, man. Ethereum is about to be the new Bitcoin. Now the prices and the price disparity between the two might not close very quickly, but more worth value. It's going to Ether. Excuse me. The app is in beta, full launch July. Man, what's Match Pool? Match pool, match pool. What's that? So I wonder if this new, where is that? Where is the shape shift? What's it called? Prism or something like that? Shape shift prism. I wonder if you can put Humanic in that right now and add it to your portfolio. That would be actually kind of cool. Because if you can do that, then I would just buy it. There. Really? I'll check out Match Pool. Tinder on a blockchain. That'd actually be kind of cool, man. Decentralized, no freaking weird company keeping all your information. All we need is another Ashley Madison, right? Imagine Ashley Madison on a decentralized blockchain. It'd be pretty cool. Ethereum based. Golem is basically looking to it's like a, what do you call it? Like a, I would share source, almost like a supercomputer kind of way, kind of thing. It's basically almost kind of like mining. If you know how mining works, everybody can kind of, it pulls resources from kind of everybody to compute things or to research things or whatnot. Augur is basically a prediction market where they take multiple information from multiple respected sources and they try to predict basically how a market will turn. They use this kind of thing, this kind of tech in stocks every day on a stock exchange. Usually proves to be pretty well, but sometimes it could be completely wrong. I'm gonna check this out now. Match boom. Hi Guppy. A platform that creates human connections. Oh, that's pretty dope. We are building the first platform to mainstream matchmaking powered by a cryptographic token economy. Tokens, guppies, can be purchased or sold with real money. Matchpool's trusted algorithm rewards users automatically across the platform. That'll give people incentive to want to stay on the platform, I guess. Trayan, I just talked to you about Golem and Augur. Golem is more of like a supercomputer. If you think of mining kind of thing, where you mine, everybody mines in a pool and dedicates their resources or shares their resources to do anything, whether you're searching something, researching anything, or whether you want to use video power to render something. Just think of it like a supercomputer. It's taking resources from everybody, basically almost kind of like reinventing the internet in a way. It's kind of weird. So it's a cool technology. I don't know if it'll ever be exactly where they want it to be, but I think they can get it to steps to do that. Augur is a prediction market, like I said. They use them all the time in stock exchange. They work pretty well. We don't know though. Yeah, you basically sell. Yeah, that's what you're doing. Thank you, Joey. You basically sell your CPU, GPU power to private commercial that need more CPU, GPU power. Yeah, basically. The team behind this, Ben Shaman, huh? Max Richardson, Catherine Bive. Okay, I heard. Claire Mercer. Got some advisors. Oh, nice little roadmap. That's not bad, man. That's pretty dope. I think I'm gonna have to try to find a wallet for this Humanic. I think I'm gonna get some today. Possible. It's super, super possible. I'm gonna read up some more about it after the live stream and definitely take a look at it for sure. Bittrex, huh? I think I'll try some Bittrex out tonight. I haven't messed with it quite a while. I definitely left Polonius alone, left Bittrex alone. Actually, it brings me up to this right here. I want to talk to you about this. This was one that was pointed out to me that I saw on news. NVO. Where is there? Oh, give me a break. See, NVO. Damn, that sucks, man. NVO basically is a decentralized exchange that's going to be coming. Now, I don't even know what's going to happen to them. I had them. All right, let me see if I can pull this over. Their website was working earlier. Now it's not, but I never closed the website, so I guess we can still see it. This is what I want to show. So it's a decentralized exchange. I don't know if you know if it's going to play. It's probably going to kick me off. Let's look at the page first, though, before I try to play the show. They had to, dude, what? They had to push the crowd sale back due to server overload. People were running to this place, dude. Running to this place to try to get in. Less than 4 or 5 hours ago. They were trying to get, everybody was trying to rush to get into the crowd sale. Their servers just crashed. It's a pretty neat idea. I like it. I'm tired of paying exchanges like Coinbase my money for them to basically open and close when they please. I think it's bullshit. And it's dangerous. I shouldn't have to, well, I guess you should, but I shouldn't have to give them basically everything about me. I hope that they'll keep it safe in their servers. Open Ledger? Is it good? Yeah, Polo is hiding. Polo is definitely hiding. I don't trust them with a 10-foot pole. Or the Open Ledger IO? Really? Let me see. Open Ledger IO. Yeah, I'm so done with I am really just kind of done with exchanges, period. They can be convenient, but they're just kind of a pain in the ass to deal with overall. And I hate dealing with them. Really? how it works. So they've already done it. Now, is it just web-based, or is it like an app, or what? Do you know anything beyond this, Joel? Do you know anything beyond it? Is it just web-based or what? Okay, it's web-based. Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm gonna check it out. I'll open it back up. Keep it on tab. Oh yeah. I really appreciate you guys coming through, man. Like I said, I haven't had this many people come and for this long for a while. I'm glad everybody came through, and I apologize if you hear me coughing and sniffling. And I'm trying to get over the flu, and it's just been an absolute nightmare. And this is something I'm really, besides tech and video games, which you'll see a lot on my channel. Crypto is one of those things that I just kind of did behind the scenes, and I never really talked about it. And it wasn't until I started seeing a couple of other people like Craig Grant and stuff like that, it really pushed me to say, you know what, I'm gonna start talking about this because I'm really passionate about it. I just never have anybody to talk to about it. My wife doesn't really like to talk about it. All she likes to know is, has it made any money yet? That's all she cares about. When she starts hearing about losses and anything like that, she gets irate. But as long as things are going up, and she's good. So I can't really talk to her about it. She's not really into it like that. So being able to connect with you guys, talk about stuff is awesome, honestly. I could sit here and talk to you guys all day about it. Matter of fact, what I want to do, like nowish, like in the near future, like nowish or whatever, is I want to put together a podcast, and the podcast would basically be just kind of like this, with a couple of people who are just as passionate. I know some of you guys are just as passionate. I want to get a couple of people together. And, you know, it doesn't have to be like so regimented. It could be once a week or whatever, just whenever we can all come together. And it doesn't even have to be live. If we can't all get together and be live, you know, maybe we could just go into a Google Hangout or a Skype and just start talking about what's going on every few days. There's so much news going on almost every day with crypto that there's a plethora of news to always talk about. So I like that aspect about crypto. And I just wanted to see throw a feeler out there if any of you guys or girls were interested in possibly making something like that happen, because that's kind of what I want to do. I think that we're actually kind of really missing that in this space, especially on YouTube. And I think that it could be beneficial to a lot of people, because crypto is very, very intimidating to people who don't know about it. A lot of people are interested, but they don't know where to start. They don't know how to start. They don't know what to do. So just being able to talk a little bit about the basics, and then talk about things that we've been talking about for like the last hour, I think it'll be beneficial. I don't know. Ripple. What do I think about Ripple from Porsche? I don't really know how I feel about Ripple. After seeing that guy talk today, the guy who was up on stage today, earlier during the live stream, I wouldn't say he reminds me of a crook, but he kind of reminds me of just like a hustler. I don't think there's anything fundamentally wrong with Ripple. Some people just don't like Ripple because it has to do with banks, and banks can basically affect the inflation, and so they're all buying into it, which kind of screws you in the end as the investor, because at any time they can pull out, they can sell, they can dump and pump. It's not controlled. It's not controlled by you. They control the majority of it. So I understand that, but At the same time, I'm kind of like the person who I have to kind of separate my emotion from my money in a way. Is it going to be profitable in the long run? Can it be profitable? Can we see Ripple go? Can we see Ripple go to 50 cents by the end of 2017? I don't know. It's possible. So it is possible, but that possibility doesn't have anything to do with me. It has everything to do with the banks who control it. So you see what I'm saying? So it's a risk, an even greater risk, investing in it, in my opinion, because you can't control really what's going on with it. All you need is freedom to make you where you want now. Ripple could hit $1 one day. It could. It definitely could. It is worth. I think it's worth having in your portfolio. I wouldn't put a lot of it. Like, I wouldn't put my majority into it. But if you did have a majority into it, it could possibly make you a lot of money. This is the important question with Ripple, right? It says buying is easy. Yo, what's up, Rokon? Rock on. What's going on? You're back. I think that the problem with the Ripple, if you're going to hold it, is you have to ask yourself, how long do you want to hold Ripple? I see it as a commodity that is not going to die. It's always going to be around. It's established. It's establishing itself right now. It's not going anywhere. I see it as banks need to exist, whether we like it or not, right? And so Ripple is going to be one of those things where it's hated, but it's going to be a good hold. Really? That's pretty dope. Ripple is working on something called the Interledger project. It will empower all of the other coins. It will enable you to send any blockchain-based coin direct to your bank. See, if they could do something like that, that'd be amazing. But you see what they're trying to do. Do you see what they're trying to do? You see, my hope for cryptocurrency is that one day I hope cryptocurrency one day will allow me to to leave my house. Let's just say go down to Walmart, go down to Target, buy what I need using cryptocurrency with my phone, whatever it is, and buy what I need, what I want. Go to GameStop, buy a game, go to, like do all these things. If I wanted to go buy a car, use my cryptocurrency, and not have to be taxed on my earnings within the crypto sphere. Right now, IRS, the governments want you to pay extra taxes on money that you're using that you've already paid tax on. To me, it doesn't make any sense. If I pay taxes on my income and I take that income and put it basically in my savings account, crypto is my savings basically. What if I gamble it and I win big and I gain some or whatever, I shouldn't have to pay them more taxes on that shit. I feel like what Ripple is trying to do and what we're going to eventually see with banks and government is they're trying to find a way to infiltrate the crypto sphere. And Ripple is one of those things where it's infiltrated. And they want to be able to send things back. So for them to want me to be able to send crypto back to my bank of any kind and be able to use it as fiat again or convert it as fiat, that's all good and fine for most people. But for me, that's bad because I'm going to have to pay taxes on that. Let's see. on 6, you can get it under 1 hour plus verified. I don't get why people would want to invest in humanity. It's a charity, not a business. I think Steam is definitely going to be really big. I can see Steam. My only issues with Steam right now is that I wish they had a little bit better features on the Steam It website. I kind of wish it was more. Well, I guess not. I don't know. I mean, it's fine. It's just kind of stale looking. It needs an update. It's just kind of blah looking, you know. Compared to like YouTube or Facebook, Twitter, even it's just a little blah. It needs a facelift. And it needs a little bit more features, but I love Steam. I've been trying to look for the damn card through Coinbase, and I can't find it. I had another card before. It was from Bittix when I was in Germany. Number 70 is moving up. That shit was like 32% today already, earlier when we checked it. First, yo, what's up, Manuel Gonzalez? First, you have to ask yourself, what is what is early to you? Early to me is 2 years. 2 years time. That's early to me. Shit, 1 year's time would be amazing. But 2 years time, definitely amazing. Yeah, see, people are crazy. Humanity is gonna blow. Big time, in a good way. I'll have to get on Bittrex and see what I can do to get some. Plans for the site are on the way. Oh, yeah? I didn't know busy.org. I didn't know about that. Is there any buy limits on Bittrex? I haven't used them in such a long time. I had my account there forever and just haven't used them in a long time. Really? I didn't know that. So whatever you post on busy.org pops up on Steam It. Oh yeah, I mean, Steam It is probably the best thing since fucking sliced bread, man. I mean, I like it a lot. It just needs a few tweaks, few updates. Like I wish I can change the background on my page, like where it has your name and your icon, or, you know, your icon image. Like I wish I could customize that blue strip. Even if they made it like the same as like I wouldn't say Google Plus. Twitter is probably like the slimmest one. The dimensions. I like to customize that, kind of make it feel like my own. I kind of feel like it just looks a little generic, but stuff like just little things like that are some of the things that I would improve. There are a couple of other things such as I don't know, my notification things have been going kind of weird. I feel like the notifications are kind of janky on there. Like yesterday, I didn't even know until like I was getting ready to go to bed that I had like so many replies, because usually when you have a reply, it'll pop up with like a little red exclamation mark or something to tell you how many replies you have under replies. And I just hadn't been getting them. I had to I'm still literally going back and forth sometimes trying to find out if anybody has replied. See, I'm going to hit reply and see, look, 1, 2, 3. That's weird, you know what I mean? So It's like I didn't even have a notification for that. So it's little things like that that I just kind of wish that they would definitely kind of fix. But in due time, it's not a anywhere near a deal breaker or anything. It's just a few little funky things that they could be changing up. Theme it. Oh, and then definitely they need an app, like ASAP. Freaking, oh my God, if they had an app, I would delete Facebook. Oh, shit. What happened? It didn't work. That link didn't work, Joel. Is it possible to transfer Bitcoin from Coinbase to Bittrex? You should be able to, as long as you have an address. You have a Bitcoin address at Bittrex, so you should be able to. Yeah, I mean, Coinbase, like, they literally just held quite a bit of money. My wife doesn't like me talking about how much money, so I'm trying to censor that. But I don't really mind. But quite a bit of money that I had purchased last Wednesday, right? Tuesday or Wednesday, and of Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Litecoin, and I just got it yesterday at like around 7 p.m. It was just pending. I don't get it. I don't understand why, and I wrote like an article on STEEM about the delay. Where was it? 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 Oh, I thought I did. Oh well. I did write an article on it. I got really mad. But yeah, they sometimes are taking a very, very long time. Let's just say this though. What I bought last week, when they gave it to me yesterday, it was almost double. So because Bitcoin and Ethereum had grown since then. That's what I was really worried about. I was really worried about when I get it, is it going to be the same as what it was when I bought it? Damn it, that's what I was really worried about. So I was glad to see that. I was glad to see that it basically had doubled. Go to at Steam Shot. Shoot, how do I? All right, let me see if I can look up. I think there's a T that goes on the back of that. Is that it? Steep Shot. And then look at what? You said look at. Check out the first post. Ooh. Nice. Oh, so they still in its beta though. Damn, that'd be awesome. Shit, it could be just like Instagram for all I care, man, and that'd be good enough for me. Yeah, Bittrex is a little weird. It is like a little smaller learning curve that you got to get. That you got to quickly learn, but it's not that bad. It's just a little annoying. Like if I didn't have to use an exchange like Coinbase or Bittrex, I would be happy. It just makes me mad because all these other people, like see a coin, I'm not going to get on Polonius and buy SEA coin. I'm just not going to do it. I refuse. Appreciate for coming through, James. I appreciate you coming through. Have a good one. Hopefully we'll see you here next time. I'm actually going to get this shut down. I said I was going to get it shut down like, 20 minutes ago? And we just keep talking. Johal, hit me up. Please send me a message. I got to get you on the podcast, period. We got to do a podcast, man. I think it'll be amazing. I think it'll be entertaining, and it'll benefit a lot of people. So if you are interested in possibly coming to the podcast, I mean, if you're not, we don't have to do video or whatever. We could just do like Google Hangout, or we could just do Skype. It doesn't even have to be live. Just hit me up. Actually, I would say probably comment on the video or send me a message. Or if you go to my YouTube page or Steam it, hit me up somewhere. Preferably, like I said, with a message or something or a comment, that's fine. And I'll try to get back to you with your contact information, like an email or something, so I can shoot you an email. Actually, I'm going to see if I can do it right now. Basically, if you are interested, hit me up there, English1085 Gmail, and let me know if you're interested in that, and like we could try to set something up, because like I said, I think it'd be entertaining, it'd be helpful, and it'd be cool. I mean, we should do this. We should do this, definitely. But thank you for everybody coming out. Joel, James, there were a lot of others. Let me see if I can scroll up, find out. Oh, we were just killing it. Manel Gonzalez, Rock On, Crypto Advisor, Porsche came in here, Blockchain Group, all you guys, Joey Shack, New Earth Administration, everybody, Trey and TT, everybody came through. There's so many other people, I can't even name them all. Thanks for coming out, man. Hit me up on Steam it if you'd like. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Upvote this thing. I mean, let's see how many likes we can get this video. I don't know how many, or on Steam it, see how many likes we can get, upvotes. And heck yeah, man, this is crypto. It's fun to talk about, and I love talking with you guys. So definitely catch you guys in the next video. I'm gonna go eat some food real quick and probably lay down because I'm a little tired. This flu's kicking my ass. But thanks you guys for coming through. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.